There's a special kind of silence that follows when you walk away. Not the silence of peace. Number, it's the kind of silence that scrapes at their conscience. The kind that makes their laughter sound hollow, their smiles fade too quickly when they think no one is watching. And trust me, they're always watching. People like them, they feed off your presence, your energy, your damn life. But your absence? That's a ghost they can't run from. They'll pretend they don't care. They'll keep up the charade, post their fake moments, laugh too loud at jokes that don't even touch their soul. They'll talk about you like you were never more than a name in their contact list. But when they're alone, in those quiet hours, when the world gets real small and the dark creeps in, that's when it hits them. Your absence will wrap around their neck like a noose of regret, a weight they can't shake off, and they will feel it. Oh, they will feel it. People never value what's right in front of them. They get comfortable. They get used to you always being there. It's human nature to overlook, to take for granted, to push and pull without thinking twice. But when you're gone, when your voice is nothing but an echo, when your shadow no longer darkens their doorstep, that's when the truth comes crawling out. The truth they chose to ignore, buried under a mountain of denial and ego. But absence? Absence is a spotlight that doesn't forgive. You ever notice how they always come back? How, after they've used up all their excuses, after their lies have worn thin, they suddenly remember you exist? It's not love, it's guilt. It's the realization that the world they built without you is as flimsy as the lies they told themselves to keep going. They'll call it loneliness. They'll call it a change of heart. But you know what it really is? It's fear. Fear that maybe, just maybe, you were the only real thing they ever had, and they let it slip away. Pathetic, isn't it? How people don't know what they had until they're left with nothing but memories they can't touch. And you, with your heart stitched together with scars and lessons, you think you need them back. You think you need that validation, that one more chance to prove you were worth it. But let me tell you something. Something that took me years of madness to learn. You don't need a damn thing from them, not their words, not their apologies, not their weak attempts to rewrite the past. Your absence, your silence, that's the only truth they'll ever respect. See, the world loves noise. They crave chaos. The background hum that keeps them from facing the quiet parts of their own minds. But silence? Silence is where the real power lies. In your silence, they will hear every unspoken word, every pain they ignored, every apology they never whispered. Your absence will haunt them, not as a ghost of what was, but as a reminder of what could have been. It's a cruel truth, isn't it? But life's not fair, and neither is the lesson you're teaching them by walking away. Don't you ever let them trick you into thinking it didn't matter. You mattered. Your presence was a fire that kept them warm, and your absence? That's the cold that will make them shiver for the rest of their days. And yeah, it'll hurt. Damn right, it'll hurt. But that's the price of being real in a world full of fakes. The pain? That's just proof you're still here, still breathing, still capable of feeling in a way they never could. So when they come back, and they will, with their hollow apologies and rehearsed sincerity, look them in the eyes and remember this moment. Remember the strength it took to choose yourself over the comfort of their empty promises. And then, smile. Smile that wicked, knowing grin that says you had your chance. And now your absence speaks louder than your presence ever did. They say time heals all wounds, but that's a lie. Time doesn't heal. Time reveals. It peels back the cracks they tried to plaster over, the wounds they ignored when they pushed you away. And when you're gone long enough, when your absence becomes the new reality they have to swallow, that's when the truth settles in their bones. Oh, they'll try to replace you. They'll fill their days with distractions, new faces, new voices, anything to drown out the one that actually mattered. But those stand-ins, they're just noise, empty echoes trying to mimic what was once real. And late at night, when the laughter dies and the world grows quiet, they'll realize that substitutes can't hold a candle to what they lost. And you are irreplaceable. That knowledge, that will gnaw at them like a disease. But listen, this isn't about revenge. This isn't about teaching them a lesson. This is about you, about finding your own strength in a world that wanted to strip you bare and leave you doubting yourself. It's about knowing that your worth wasn't determined by who stayed, who clapped for you, or who whispered sweet nothings just to keep you close. Your worth was always in you, in the fire that made them want to be near you in the first place. They'll paint you as the villain. They'll say you changed, that you were the one who walked away. But let them talk. Villains? Villains are just heroes whose stories were told by those who couldn't stand to see the truth. And your truth? Your absence is the story they can't rewrite, no matter how many versions of their lives they spin. Because in the end, they'll sit in that silence, and it will break them. Because for the first time in their lives, they'll have to face the one thing they've been running from all along: the truth. And the truth is you. And by the time they finally realize it, you'll be too far gone to hear their screams.